Hey Chick-fil-A South Roads team, thanks for joining me on another leadership series. Today I want to talk about addressing performance issues. Now as a leader, we always hope that our team's going to perform at its highest level, that we're never going to have any performance issues, but that's just not the reality. Unfortunately, we are not perfect and our team's not perfect, and there's going to be times where our team does not perform and meet the expectations that we've set forth with them. And oftentimes when that happens, a lot of times we don't know how to address it. Sometimes we may overreact, we may get frustrated at a team member, and sometimes we could react in such a way that it does not set them up for future success. So I want to give you guys a model today that if you implement, I think can really help not only improve your team members' performance, but when they do go through, they're going to feel honored, they're going to feel cared for, and I think they're going to have a strategy to move forward and even do better and could potentially learn and grow from those issues. So what I want to present to you is this ESRC model, ESRC, and we're going to go through each one of these letters to really talk about what this can do to help us address performance issues of our team members. So the first one is expectations. E stands for expectations. Before we ever go to any type of consequences or frustrations with a team member when they are not performing the way that we want them or we expect them to do, the first thing we should do is just to make sure, have we set the expectations clearly for the team member? A lot of times team members don't even understand that there's expectation set forth for them, and we are already delivering consequences or already telling them that they're not performing to certain expectations. So the first thing that we need to do is just to make sure, do they understand that there's clear expectations of what their performance should look like? For instance, if a team member is late to work and maybe they're a few minutes late to work, have we set the expectation that, hey, they should be there on time for work and not that a few minutes late for work is not acceptable, right? And so we want to make sure clearly these are the expectations that we have for you. Now that we have the expectations set, now we can go forward and say, okay, now you clearly know what the expectation is, and now we know what we expect out of you. The second letter is S, and S stands for skills. So if the expectations have been clearly set and they know what they need to do, then the second question we ask them is, do you have the skills? Have we provided you the skill set necessary to accomplish the expectations that we've given to you? So maybe somebody is bagging front counter and they are not putting the right sauces or condiments or toppings with the meal. Well, the next thing we need to ask ourselves is, okay, you know the expectation is that you should be bagging orders correctly with the right condiments, but at some point has somebody actually taught you the correct condiments to bag with each type of entree that you're serving? And so we want to make sure that they have the proper skill set to be trained. Okay, so if the expectations are set, we have given them the proper skill set, then the third thing we need to ask is, do you have the right resources? R stands for resources. Have we given you the right resources to perform your job the way that you need? Sometimes, using the bagging example, maybe we haven't given them, the right condiments at their station to do, or we haven't given them the right equipment or the right tools that they need to perform their job to the expectations that we've given them. So we need to make sure that we've provided them the right resources. But if the expectations have been set, if we've given them the right skills, we've provided them the right resources, then at the end, C stands for consequences. We need to make sure as well at the end that they understand the consequences for not performing. As we've told you the correct expectations, we've given you the right skills, the right resources, but because you have constantly not performed, even though we've provided you those other things, then we move forward to here's what the consequences look like. And we can go through our progressive disciplinary process here at Chick-fil-A where you can complete documentation to make sure that now we can actually go through the consequences of what performing doesn't look like. So again, when we follow this model, what it does is it helps us to really honor, and it really helps us to value our team members, because when they don't perform to maybe the level that we're hoping, we don't jump immediately to the consequences and say, well, you didn't do this, so you're going to get punished, or you're going to get some different treatment. What we're doing is we're starting first and saying, hey, this wasn't where we were hoping it would be. Again, I want to make sure clearly, do you understand the expectations that we have for you? If you understand the expectations, we want to make sure, do you have the skill set that you need to do that? Do we need to give you some more training? Do we need to give you some more opportunity to develop in this area? If we've given you the opportunities to develop and given you the skill set, then we might need to figure out, hey, are the resources there? Do you have everything you need to be successful? If not, what can we do to get you the right resources and the right tools to be successful? And then finally is, okay, if we've given you all of those things and you're not performing and you're not meeting to the expectations that we've set forth, then let's talk about the consequences at this point of saying, hey, maybe we need to just establish what are the consequences if we do not continue to perform to the expectation that is set forth. So again, when we follow this model, we are honoring, we are valuing our team members, and we are setting them up for the most future success they can have. So again, thank you all for leaning into growing as team leaders here at Chick-fil-A South Roads. Thank you for taking this model so you can best honor your team members and help them to grow and reach their fullest potential here at Chick-fil-A.